Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 15 favourite movies from the year 1995. This was another one churned out by the 90s that had a phenomenal list of movies. Definitely rivals 94 in my opinion. And there were just so many movies that I wanted to include on this list but couldn't. Yeah, I'm going to leave a full list of all my honourable mentions down below. So many good ones, but for me, these are just my personal favourite top 15. These are the ones I go back to the most and have the most fun with. As always as well, they're in accordance with the release dates from IMDb. They all have 95 against their name. And this is just my personal favourite list. Your list is going to be different, as always, and so it should be. So yeah, that being said, going to kick it off with number 15. So coming in at number 15 for me, we have Leaving Las Vegas, starring Nicolas Cage and Elizabeth Shue. Absolutely phenomenal performances in this movie from everyone all round, but particularly from Cage as well, who took home Best Actor at the Oscars for this movie. Yeah, pretty much plays a man who has just kind of accepted that the end's coming and just wants to drink himself to death. And yeah, he tapped into something really, really special here with this performance because it's truly outstanding. Well worthy of the Oscar in my opinion. But the movie looks great as well. The Las Vegas drop back and setting is just absolutely wonderful to look at. But yeah, it's just a great movie with a great performance in it for me. But yeah, comes in at number 15. So yeah, that is my number 15 pick, Leaving Las Vegas. So coming in at number 14 for me is Now and Then. This movie's kind of been hailed as like the female version of Stand By Me. Yeah, I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but on rewatch, it just really grew on me. I just really loved it. I love the music in the movie. I love the cast. Absolutely exceptional. Sort of, these four women are brought back together to their hometown and they just reminisce about their childhood, and that's pretty much the movie. They go on like some fun, realistic, grounded adventures, but yeah, it's just a really, really fun, heartwarming movie, and I just really, really enjoy this one. So yeah, just have a great time with it. So yeah, that is my number 14 pick, Now and Then. So coming in at number 13 for me is two movies, and these movies for me, joint 13th. These are two of my favourite guilty pleasure movies. They aren't particularly any good. They do have their flaws, definitely, but for me, I have so much fun with them. So the first one we have coming in at joint 13th is Species. Amazing cast, really over the top, silly, fun movie. Really outlandish, really obsessed about this alien who is sex obsessed and just wants to mate and breed. And that's the movie in a nutshell. Some of the effects don't really hold up, but my word, this movie's cheesy and it's a hell of a lot of fun. So that's the joint 13th. First one is Species, and also coming in at 13th we have Batman Forever. Yeah, the decline of the series. With this one, the first Joel Schumacher one, definitely flawed, but yeah, I have fun with it nonetheless. Jim Carrey hams it up as the Riddler, but yeah, awesome soundtrack as well with this one. So yeah, that is 13th place for me, Species and Batman Forever. So coming up next for me at number 12, we have Richard Dreyfuss in Mr. Holland's Opus. If you're a music fan, this movie is an absolute must to watch. It's just a great story about this musical teacher, and it pretty much tells a story of him when he first joins the school right up until his retirement. And yeah, it's just a phenomenal film with a great performance by Dreyfuss as Mr. Holland. And we find out as we go on, as he becomes a father for the first time, he finds out some tragic news about his son, which would be absolutely devastating for anyone who loves music. I won't dare spoil it here, but if you've not seen it, the movie's definitely worth checking out, and it's just, yeah, all around great performances in this one with another great cast. So yeah, that is my number 12 pick, Mr. Holland's Opus. So coming in at number 11 for me, just missing out on the top 10, is Disney's A Goofy Movie. Yeah, not a very long film, but this movie packs a punch. I have so much fun with this film. The music in it is great. The story in it is great about a father who's worried about his son, who's worried about his son's behaviour. And he kind of just wants to go on a trip with him and bond with him. But he likes this girl at school, and he kind of tells a lie that he's going to go and see this rock star called Powerline. And it kind of just takes off from there, but I just really, really enjoy it. It crams so much into the short run time, and I just have an absolute blast with it. It's just so fun, but the movie is just really, really likable. It's just got a lot of heart and charm to it, which I just absolutely love about it, and which keeps me coming back for more. So yeah, that is my number 11 pick, A Goofy Movie. So coming in at number 10 for me, we have The Usual Suspects. Yeah, really, really enjoyed this one. Didn't like it the first time I saw it. Again, it grew on me. Had to marinate for a bit, but yeah, really enjoyed the cast in this one. About, Kaiser Sose, everyone's trying to figure out who this guy is, why this job with these hired criminals went so badly wrong. And yeah, it's just a really cool mystery film. Really enjoy it. The performances in it are great. The cast is phenomenal. Kevin Spacey, Benicio del Toro, Gabriel Byrne. Yeah, Pete Postlethwaite in this movie as well. I mean, hats off to him. He just is incredible, and everything he touches turns to gold, in my opinion. But yeah, just really, really enjoy the suspenseful crime thriller that I just really dug. Great ending as well. So yeah, that is my number 10 pick, The Usual Suspects. So coming in at number 9 for me, we have Ron Howard's Apollo 13. Yeah, just an awesome space movie, this one, with an absolutely exceptional cast. Yeah, Tom Hanks, Gary Sinise, Bill Paxton, Kevin Bacon, all about these astronauts on this Apollo mission, which doesn't go to plan, and they face the danger of potentially not making it back to Earth. And everyone on Houston is just in, the state they're from. Houston itself is just trying to do everything they can to just root for these guys to get back safely. And yeah, it's just a really, really heartwarming movie. Great characters that you root for and want to see survive. And yeah, it's just a fantastic movie. Really, really enjoy this one. One of Ron Howard's best. So yeah, coming in at number 9 for me, we have Apollo 13. So coming in at number 8 for me, we have Pierce Brosnan in his first outing as James Bond in GoldenEye. Really, really awesome introduction for Pierce Brosnan in this film. The opening sequence of this with the bungee jump off the dam is phenomenal. Yeah, just a great, great movie. And it's really awesome that this movie decides to make the villain in this film another 00 agent, 006, played by Sean Bean. Yeah, just this really, really awesome dynamic there between the two agents. And yeah, just a fantastic, fantastic all-round action movie. Absolutely love it. The soundtrack is great. The movie looks great. That opening, the closing sequence, is just absolutely awesome. With that sort of suspended satellite thing, it's just great. And yeah, just an all-round kick-ass movie. Really, really enjoy this one. Great villains, like I said, as well. Some brutal moments in it as well, but the movie is, on the whole, very, very fun and entertaining. So yeah, that is my next pick, GoldenEye. So coming in at number 7 for me is the movie that won Best Picture this year, and it won, obviously, Mel Gibson Best Director as well, and that is Braveheart. Yeah, this is a movie that I hear so many people say they either love or hate this film, for really fascinating reasons. I think it does definitely vilify the English people in this movie, and yeah, it's just a harrowing movie to watch. It's horrible the way the English treat the Scottish in this film. It's really unpleasant, and you kind of like to see, the Scottish fight back in this film, but I just really enjoy it. I find it so entertaining. For me, despite its historical inaccuracies and the movie's flaws and things like that. But for me, what really works is the battle sequences. They are everything that a battle sequence should be. I forget when I'm watching it that I'm watching a film, because it feels like I am watching a real battle that people are dying in, because it's so bloody, it's so in your face and unapologetic about it. It's just really, really effective, and I think it's definitely the movie's strong point. But I enjoy the movie on the whole, and I just have a good time with it. So yeah, that is my next pick, Braveheart. So coming in at number 6 for me, we have David Fincher's Seven. Yeah, this is a thriller masterpiece. I just really enjoy this one. I love how dark and twisted it is, about this serial killer who is committing themed murders to do with the 7 deadly sins. And each one is horrible as you can imagine, but it's just so effective, and it just ties into the sin itself so well. They are just unimaginably unpleasant, these kills in this movie. Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman are great as two detectives who are pretty much opposite ends of the spectrum. One's new and up and coming, and the other one's reaching his retirement years. And the movie itself has a great reveal as to who's carrying out these murders, and the ending as well is really ambiguous and great, and it just gets you thinking. And yeah, it's just an all-round great film. So yeah, that is my next pick, 7. So coming in at number 5 for me, we have John McTiernan's Die Hard with a Vengeance. The second best Die Hard film in my opinion. Absolutely love this one. Instead of being set in a building in LA, this one is pretty much spread across the whole city of New York. And it's great to see Bruce Willis back as John McClane, paired up as with Zeus, played by Samuel Jackson. And yeah, it's just a great fun film. Everything you'd want from a Die Hard sequel. Someone is pretty much messing and playing with John McClane. Otherwise, he will threaten to blow up a very public place. And he has reasons for doing it, reasons for not liking John McClane, which you find out as the movie goes on, and it's really clever and really interesting. And yeah, just absolutely love this one. Jeremy Irons is great as the villain in this movie as well. Just a lot of fun. I like the riddles aspect to it as well. The fun settings, it's just great. It's just one of these movies, again, that's so well paced. Doesn't stay in the same place to overstay its welcome. It's just on from one scene to the next, and it never lets up. It never gets boring. And yeah, just really enjoy this one. So yeah, that is my number 5 pick, Die Hard with a Vengeance. So coming in at number 4 for me, just missing out on the podium places, is Martin Scorsese's Casino. First time I watched this movie, wasn't a fan of it. Didn't enjoy it. Thought it was overlong. Thought it was boring. Yeah, just didn't really connect with the film at all. And then I actually went on a trip a couple of years ago to Vegas, which I absolutely loved. And yeah, just thought it was great. So I decided I'm going to watch a movie about set in Vegas. And so I decided to give Casino a rewatch. And I saw the movie in a whole brand new light. I fell in love with it for the first time. It was just wonderful. Great movie about greed and corruption at the top of these casinos. Robert De Niro's phenomenal in the movie. The 3 leads as well, Joe Pesci and Sharon Stone, hit it out of the park, particularly Sharon Stone. I think she's great in this film. But yeah, The only thing as well with this movie that is so memorable about it as well is one character's death towards the end. It is so violent and so horrible. It can just leave you feeling so cold. Yeah, it just doesn't sit well at all. But I wouldn't change a thing about it. It needs to be that way, in my opinion. But yeah, I just all around have a great time with this film. So yeah, that is my number 4 pick, Casino. So coming in at number 3 for me, taking the bronze medal, is a movie directed by Alfonso Cuarón. It's not a movie of his that gets talked about a hell of a lot, but I think this movie is so underrated, and it is A Little Princess. For years, I had countless Warner Brothers VHS tapes that would have the trailer for this movie on it, and I didn't see the movie for a couple of years. I knew of it, just didn't see it. And the movie was broadcast on TV, so I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. I'd seen trailers for it hundreds of times, so I'll give the movie a go. And I absolutely loved it when I saw it when I was younger. Didn't see it for many years again, and then I acquired it when I was an adult, gave it another rewatch, and it still held up. It was a phenomenal movie about this girl whose father has to go to war. So he enlists her at this school where the headmistress is just absolutely horrific, and the two of them just don't get on at all. And it's left in a situation where her father passes away, so she can't afford to pay to be at the school anymore, so she ends up becoming a servant at the school, and the rules she has to go through and has to abide are just absolutely horrific. But everything comes through at the end. The headmistress at the school does something at the end that is so horrible and so horrific. But yeah, it's just a great feel-good movie, and I just absolutely adore this one. I just have a fantastic time with it. It's so underrated. If you've not seen it, give it a go. Don't be put off by the title. It's a well-made film. It holds together so wonderfully, and I just can't recommend this one enough if you've not seen it. So yeah, coming in at 3rd place, we have A Little Princess. So coming in at number 2 for me, taking the silver medal, we have Michael Mann's Heat. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, the yin and yang of the movie. Absolutely wonderful. One of the best action movies ever. Just under par from, I think, Terminator 2 for me. The opening sequence is just absolutely phenomenal. The bank robbery takes place about halfway through the movie. The sound design of that sequence is just phenomenal. Watch that with the volume turned right up, because the gunfire in that scene is just outstanding. Superb cast of the movie as well. Natalie Portman, Val Kilmer, the late great Tom Sizemore. Just a really, really awesome detective crime movie. And as well, it gives us one of the best scenes ever with some powerhouse acting from Pacino and De Niro, which at the time the movie was made, 2 of the best actors, and we got a couple of minutes of the both of them together in just a great coffee shop sequence, which is cinema perfection. I just love it. It's phenomenal. The movie's just wonderful. It's just a great time. It's 3 hours. It feels like 90 minutes. It's just a powerhouse of a film, this one. Absolutely love it. So yeah, coming in at 2nd place for me, taking the silver medal, is Michael Mann's Heat. So coming in at number 1 for me is an absolute childhood staple of mine. I adore this film. And it's the first Pixar movie as well, and it is Toy Story. Yeah, I just fell in love with this film about, a group of toys who come to life when their owner is away, and the things they get up to and how they put their owner first, and they just want to make him happy. And yeah, it's a great tale of jealousy as well. The favourite toy is now the second favourite, as a new toy comes along and pretty much replaces him in popularity. and all the other toys turn against him. He just becomes so jealous. It's a classic tale of that of jealousy. And yeah, I just really, really enjoy the film. I just think it's great. Tom Hanks is great as Woody. Tim Allen is great as Buzz. It's just so well cast, so well thought out. And yeah, it's just a great, great starting point for the Toy Story series. It's just a phenomenal movie. Absolutely love this one. Yeah, absolute childhood staple of mine. And to be that age when this movie came out was just an absolute blessing, because you just could. I vividly remember the magic that this movie created growing up as a child, and all of the hype around the movie, its release, everything. You couldn't really escape it, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, for that reason, it's my favourite movie of 1995. So yeah, that is my number one pick, Toy Story. So yeah, those are all of my top 15 favourite movies from the year 1995, guys. So yeah, gonna leave the video there and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.